What an amazing game we had tonight with 40-year-old Joe Flacco turning back the clock, looking like Ravens Joe Flacco. Fellas, the Bengals get a victory over the Steelers 33-31 on Thursday night. Can Joe Flacco keep this team's playoff hopes alive in that division?
Absolutely. And this is why the hell you went and got Joe Flacco. T.J. Houshmandzadeh, former Bengals wide receiver, came on this show and said, getting Joe Flacco, if you protect him, he will find T. Higgins and he will find Jamar Chase. And that's two things he did on the day. Those two receivers combined for more than 250 yards, and they combined for 16 targets for 16 catches for Jamar Chase, and another 5+ catches for T. Higgins. So Joe Flacco understands how to make a team go. Find the best player. And he did that in excess today. So as long as the Bengals can protect Joe Flacco like they did today, and dare I say, this was the best the offensive line has looked in the last 5 years. As long as the Bengals can protect Joe Flacco like they did today, hell yeah, Joe Flacco can keep this team alive until Joe Burrow gets back in early December. Hell yeah.
257. You know what that number is?
Yes, sir.
That's the combination number or combined number of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Wow.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Listen, I'm not going to hate on Joe Flacco, but yo, it was a good win, but it was a worse loss for the Steelers.
Okay, fair.
Y'all got all these D-backs. All this stuff y'all talk about the defense is supposed to be so much better. You get Ramsey over there. You got Slay. You got these guys. You got Porter. Bro, y'all gave up 257 yards to 2 receivers. One dude had
Shady,
16.
you sound like a hater.
You hating right now. You hating right now. You hating a little bit right now. I got to be honest with you.
How am I hating, though? How am I hating?
Because if you just said the Steelers got Ramsey, got Slay, got Porter, got TJ, then give credit to Flacco.
Bro.
This ain't about them.
This is my thing, though.
Come on, bruh.
He threw to my man. How many targets did Jamar Chase have?
What, 23 targets?
Tied for
23
third all time.
So, wait,
in the
real
game.
quick.
Tied for how many? What all time?
Tied for third all time in an NFL game.
Now, all the viewers out there, because they say I'm hating, just hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
If they put you in not the head coach, but the defensive coordinators, right? You put the hat on, okay? Who the hell you think he's throwing the ball to? Yo, no double coverage? I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah.
You talking about a guy that can't move in the pocket. And Joe Flacco's he's a solid quarterback. He's been playing for 18 years, so he knows something. You telling me y'all not gonna double coverage the only guys throwing through the whole game? He had 23 targets. That's like a running back. Having 23 carries. I'm not hating on him. It's a good game. But on the defensive side of the ball, if I'm any coach, listen, guys, he's probably going to throw the ball to Jamar Chase. What are we talking about? That was crazy.
Here's what I know, though. Here's why I got to give my praise to Flacco on today, people. There have been, 120 NFL games thus far, which means we've seen 120, 200 or so quarterback performances. And of all those quarterback performances, we've only seen 3 times and 2 quarterbacks have 340-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Matthew Stafford did it week 2. Matthew Stafford did it week 3. Joe Flacco did it today. At 40 years of age. So clearly what Joe Flacco did with the whole world watching is much harder than we think. How many number 1 wide receivers all season have been complaining for their quarterbacks to find them? Joe Flacco shows up in Cincy about 13 days ago, and just 13 days later, he helps lead this team to a gigantic W over a divisional rival in a must-have-it game. To me, Joe Flacco found a way to manipulate Jalen Ramsey. He found a way to manipulate Darius Slay. He found a way to evade pressure from T.J. Watt. And yes, throwing to Jamar Chase is easy, but clearly it ain't that easy because Jake Browning couldn't do it.
No. He just didn't throw it to him. Like, it's a lot of times you throw the ball to him. Give him a shot. When you got one of the best wide receivers in football, you got one of the best tandem in football, just throw the ball to him. A lot of them plays, it wasn't no super hard passes. It wasn't super hard in the windows. It was just throwing the ball to Jamar Chase.
Why are you hating on Flacco, bro? You gotta break this down for me. If you just watch the NFL quarterback throw for 340 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and all I've heard from you on today is, Acho, it wasn't that even hard. It's not that hard. Jamar Chase nearly made history today.
All I'm saying is they threw the ball to Jamar Chase the whole game. I think it was a really good win for Flacco and his team. Yes, it was.
Okay.
I'm just saying that was more embarrassing. It was worse for the Steelers. He's going to 1 receiver the whole game. He had 23 targets.
Here's what
If you look at the third down conversions, who got most of them? Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Flacco, he played good. A lot of bad players play good time to time. I can name a lot of them. There's a point in time where, like, Zach Wilson had a good game.
Don't ever compare Joe Flacco to Zach Wilson.
I'm not.
Stay on track.
I'm
Stay on track.
I'm joking.
Super Bowl MVP.
No. Let me stop, Joe. Joe Flacco he's a solid quarterback in his career. He's been solid. Yes. All I'm saying, I'm not really super surprised, right? Because he is solid enough.
Yeah.
They blocked for him well. And like he cared. I watched some of the games with the Browns. Like he didn't really care. You getting hit. I'm not getting protected.
Yeah.
I'm on the real wide receivers. All right, who the best receivers over there? Is Judy?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
and David Njoku.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this then. Given what you saw today, do you think Joe Flacco can rattle off enough wins? They got the Jet.
You just stop. You don't got to do all that about the schedule and all that. I don't care who they play. That team ain't going too far. Nah.
I mean, Shady, all they got
need
is
like 2-3 wins.
The Jets, the Steelers again, and the Patriots of like 3 of their next 4 games.
I don't think they beat the Steelers again, and I don't think they beat the Patriots. I think there's enough because, hey, listen, guys, let's watch Jamar Chase. Let's double team him. Let's take him out the game. One thing I learned about football, and you know, since you play defense.
Yep.
If a defensive coordinator want to take a player out the game, he can do it.
Yeah.
He can do it.
Let me speak to this real quick. What the Steelers did today was completely arrogant. To me, the Steelers were like, oh, we have Jalen Ramsey. We don't need a double team Jamar Chase. Oh, we have Darius Slay. We don't need a double team Jamar Chase. If you don't go double team Jamar Chase and stop embarrassing yourself. So to me, the Steelers' game plan was complete arrogance on full display. Jamar Chase should not go. No receiver should have 16 catches in an NFL game. There are too many defensive play calls that can take a receiver out of a game to allow a receiver to have 16 catches in one game, especially if that's the number 1 receiver. If it's the number 3 wide receiver and they got a freakazoid game and you want to stop the run, so be it. But the whole game plan should be stop Jamar Chase, and y'all let Jamar Chase go for $140 on 16 catches?
Hey, real quick, the chat is killing me, call me a hater. But real quick to the chat.
the chat is absolutely
let me just say
right
this real quick, because I don't want to be called a hater like that. But listen, if it was your team and you the coach of that team, after halftime, like, all right, yo guys, let's try to stop Jamar Chase. Like that shit, it shouldn't be a time where he's by himself. I've seen too many times having off coverage on him. Too many times he's not getting extra attention. There's times in games where I'm going off. They're not gonna let me go off. Think about what I'm saying, though. You're not letting the player just dominate the game the whole time. Well, you got to make him earn that. And I think Jamar Chase is one of the best in the league for sure. But you got to make that brother earn it, though.
Yeah, no, you definitely do.
A double team. At least a safety down watching him.
Yeah, I mean, they were running slants all night. It was very much embarrassing. We do have some super chats.
What's up with the super chats, baby?
Rasheed Hawkins sent a $10 super chat. He said, this game makes me think that Stefanski needs to lose his seat at the table.
I agree.
Old Man River just balled. I agree. No matter if Shady hates. Good win for Cincy. We also got some other ones.
What they say?
Debbie sent a $10 super chat. He said, my name's not Debbie, it's C. Webby.
That's right.
But here's the important part.
Okay.
It's Cleveland. It's the Browns as an organization. 40 and over club. Rise up. We're not dead. That's y'all. And then also, we have another one from Captain Z-Man. $5 super chat. Said Joe Flacco gives Nick Foles vibes. Gives you a couple good games, but then he's coming down to earth after a few games.
But here's the thing. That's all the Bengals need from Flacco. You don't need Joe Flacco to give you 17 straight good games. Like Shady said, Joe Flacco is good for a phenomenal run. In the playoffs, he had 12 touchdowns, no interceptions, if I'm not mistaken, en route to winning a Super Bowl and being Super Bowl MVP. On today, he had 3 touchdowns, no picks, 342 yards. Even if we include Joe Burrow, this is probably the best game a Bengals quarterback has played since week 16 last year, week 15 last year.
Yeah, since Joe Burrow.
Let's not get it twisted. If Joe Burrow did this tonight, we would be glazing heavy. Krispy Kreme donuts. Heavy.
Wow.
If Joe Burrow had 342,
that's true.
Think about
that's but
it makes sense.
Yeah.
If Joe Burrow had 342 and no interceptions and 3 touchdowns, Joe Burrow's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my
life. If Jamar ate like this with Joe Burrow throwing on the ball, Shady, you would have been like, wow, that's synchronicity.
Correct. That's a good point. You're right. Or maybe because Joe's like really, really good. I like really, really good players. I'm sorry.
Joe Burrow.
Because I think on any given day, anybody can have a great moment.
Sure.
Anybody can do that, right?
Sure.
But Joe, not Flacco, the real Joe.
Yep, Burrow.
He can do that whenever he wants. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
He could go 5 straight games for 300-some yards, 4 touchdowns. He can do because he's like that.
But here's what
I just can't look at.
Here's what
y'all saying that Joe's too close. Like, let's be a little respectful a little bit.
What I don't understand about the man to my right, Ethan, I don't understand it. Rome, I don't understand it. About the man to my right is this: Joe Flacco's a Super Bowl MVP.
What's that
Joe
mean?
Burrow ain't got no All Pros either.
Well,
sir.
you said what? You
Joe
said what?
Flacco don't have any Pro Bowls at 18 years.
He has a Super Bowl
crazy.
MVP. In the biggest game, in the biggest sport in our country, he was the most valuable player in it. And you sit here and you slander his name with a straight face.
Hey, Shady, tell him that don't mean nothing. I'm waiting for something.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
Super
that.
MVP don't
But
mean
we not
nothing.
gonna. I just what I won't do right in front of the world is act like Joe is like. Come on, he's a good player.